الله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. Inshallah Aziz, today we will go through few really important points in regards to fasting in the month of Ramadan. We've covered the fiqh of Ramadan, we've covered the situations in which if a person eats or drinks something, then we went through the circumstances in which he has to do qada and kafara. We went through the circumstances in which he'll only have to do qada, and then we went through different circumstances in which people generally, the awamun nas, they think that your fast is nullified, but it's not. Today we will go through a few different points. The first point is we'll go through the types of people that even though they might not fast in the month of Ramadan, or they might not be in the state of fast, but it is necessary for them to refrain from eating. So, for example, a person who has nullified their fast. So in the month of Ramadan, somebody broke their fast. Of course, if a person broke his fast because he is weak, and because obviously during the day his health was deteriorating, then he broke his fast, that's a different case. Of course, he has to eat and drink. But generally, a person broke his fast for whatever reason. For example, a person, he vomited intentionally and he was mouthful. So that nullified your fast. We went through this. So now, if this has taken place, now till the time of iftar, you cannot eat. Likewise, a woman who becomes free from her monthly cycles or postnatal bleeding after true dawn. So for instance, the time of sihr is at 3 o'clock, and a woman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her cure from her monthly cycles during the day at 12 o'clock. Of course, or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, she cannot fast. Okay, she cannot fast for that day, she can fast from the next day. So now that day, till the time of iftar, she shouldn't be eating. Likewise, a boy who matures after true dawn. So after true dawn, a person, he has become mature. Now when he has become mature, and he's not fasting obviously because he became mature after true dawn, now till the time of iftar is necessary, wajib, that he does not eat. Likewise, a non-Muslim who accepts Islam after true dawn. So after the time of sihri, a non-Muslim, he has accepted Islam. So now in this case as well, what he'll have to do is that he'll have to remain hungry, meaning that he doesn't have to eat, he shouldn't be eating and drinking till the time of iftar. And the main reason for this is because to honor the people who are fasting. Yes, so the people who are fasting, to honor them, yeah, and to honor the fast as well, to honor the fast itself, a person should refrain from eating. So the general rule is that if a person who breaks his fast, he shouldn't be eating until the time of iftar. At the same time, what I would like to mention is that, of course, if a person breaks their fast without a valid reason, then he has committed a sin, a grave sin. It's a major sin. Yes, but now I will mention a few circumstances in which a person is allowed to break his fast, and if a person breaks his fast, he nullifies his fast, then still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive him, and that won't count as a sin. And that is illness or delay in recovery from it. So a person who has become ill, yes, so now he didn't fast, or he broke his fast. So now, of course, when we say ill, we mentioned this before as well, that how do we determine whether a person is ill or not? A reliable, honest doctor has to say that this person, nowadays, of course, when you go to the surgeries, your GP, he'll say to you, the first thing he'll say to you is don't fast. He'll say to you, don't fast. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah says that Allah wants ease for you and doesn't want difficulty. So of course, they are aware of this part of the verse of the Quran, but a person themselves as well, they know the situation and the state they are going through and the condition they are going through. So until a reliable doctor, and he gives you proof and he says that, look, don't fast or open your fast, otherwise your health will deteriorate and it will become severe. So a person, now if he breaks his fast due to illness, then that won't be a sin. Likewise, if a woman who's pregnant or she's nursing her child, so now a woman who's pregnant or a nursing woman, now if they break the fast in the fear that they might harm themselves or the child, then they are allowed to break the fast. Of course, when a woman, obviously she's going through that phase, she becomes a bit weaker, and then sometimes the child as well, he's weak. So okay, again, the doctors, they say the child is weak, don't fast. Reliable, honest doctors, they give you proof. Then she can break her fast. She should eat something so that she said, this is what Islam is about. You can't harm yourself. So if you are becoming weak, you're allowed to break your fast. Like as a woman, because of the child, she's becoming weak herself. Yeah, she's becoming ill. But again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your intentions. Yeah, so if a person is looking for excuse and he wants to break his fast, says, I'm not feeling well, Allah knows best and He knows your intentions. But generally becoming ill, having headache, stomach ache, and back pain and leg pain, that's not the case. I mean, if it's something really serious, if a person has got diabetes, or a person who's got severe blood pressure, high blood pressure, those sorts of people, of course, if their health is deteriorating, they're feeling their weakness, then they may open their fast. Likewise, if a person fears death due to hunger or thirst, so of course, if a person thinks that if they don't drink water, they might die. Yeah, if a person don't eat, because of course, especially the poor people, they sometimes they don't get nothing for sihr. Yeah, they might just drink a little bit of water, have one date, or anything. So of course, and if they are generally weak, or so again, this is Islam, that first your health comes first. So if you're hungry, if you've got fear that you die due to hunger or thirst, then if you eat something or you drink something, that won't nullify your fast. So these circumstances which I mentioned, these three, if a person breaks their fast in these, then what happens is that there's no sin. Likewise, inshallah al-Aziz, we'll have detailed sessions on this, but just to mention now that it's really important that a person, he performs suhoor. Yeah, so sahri, the meal before true dawn, that is really important. Yeah, so inshallah al-Aziz, we'll go through a separate session on this and the importance of this and the hadith on this. Likewise, the sahri should be just before true dawn. So for example, the time of sahri is at 3 o'clock. So don't do sahri at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. You should try to delay it as much as possible. So for example, the time of true dawn, so the time of Fajr starts at 3, start to eat at 2:30. The reason for this is because it will keep you more energetic throughout the day. It will give you more strength. So this is something we need to remember. And then a person doing iftar on time, that is also recommended. So and then when you do iftar, again, the sunnah way is having dates. Yeah, so that is the best way. So again, inshallah al-Aziz, we'll have a different session on suhoor and iftar. But one thing we need to remember is that the pre-dawn meal, the sahri, suhoor, that's really important to delay it. So try to have it just before the time of Fajr, and then to open your fast on time. So don't delay it. These things are recommended, mustahab, and they're better to do, and they are the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We leave it here, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to fast in the best way possible in the coming Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to follow the way of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen. Bijahin Nabil Amin sallallahu alaihi wasallam.